The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hello everybody, my name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program. Today we pay tribute to the late Jim Brown, considered by most from his generation as the best ever to play in the National Football League, my dad's favorite player. Brown only played 9 years, but he changed the way that football was played. And that's really all you can ask for from an all-time great player is, he just changed the way. And so today we go back to 1963. This is technically an exhibition game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. On the second week of the 63 season, the Browns went to the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and Brown ran for 230 some odd yards against the infant Cowboys. So 1963, in a 14-game season, he nearly ran for 2,000 yards. So 63 is best season. The Browns went 10-4 and missed the playoffs. The Giants won the Eastern Conference of the NFL. The Cowboys are 4-10. Now we're playing this game in Cleveland, not Dallas. It is not a regular season. It's an exhibition game. The Cowboys actually, in a side note, were in Cleveland the weekend that John F. Kennedy was killed in Dallas, and the NFL played their games that weekend, and so the Cowboys were not given a warm welcome by the partisan throng trying to forget about real life in Cleveland that weekend. So we're just doing an exhibition game. We're using 2nd and 10. For this, it is the Browns and the Cowboys as we pay tribute to Jim Brown. And so let's just go through some of the special key players for both teams. Don Meredith is going to be the quarterback for the Cowboys. Frank Clark is who 2nd and 10 says the Cowboys' best player is as a wide receiver. Other notables for Dallas: Chuck Howley, the only man ever to win an MVP in a losing Super Bowl team. Lee Fulkins, the tight end, and Billy Houghton, one of the wide receivers. The Cowboys can throw. They're not as good as Cleveland, but they're getting there with Dandy Don Meredith as quarterback. Of course, the key player for Cleveland is Jim Brown. Dick Shafrath is one of his tackles. Gary Collins is the punter and a wide receiver. Frank Ryan, the quarterback, and Frank is pretty good on his own right. And Vince Costello, the leading defender for Cleveland. The Browns average 380 yards per game, 231 in the air, which is very good for the era. And, of course, they rush for 150 per game. So, with all that said, let's get to it, shall we? 59 degrees here in Cleveland, wind blowing from right to left. Crosswind. Dallas will receive the kick. And Cleveland will take the win in the second quarter. And let's see if we can make the font bigger here. Oops. Wrong way. All right, so Lou Groza to kick. Jim Steiger and Amos Marsh back to return for Dallas. Groza gets it away. Steiger at the 7. 25 yards on the return, but there was a clip against Cleveland? Oh, it's against Dallas, so it's half the distance. Dallas going from right to left on your screen, and Cleveland will accept the penalty. Let me see if I can make that play-by-play font a little bit bigger. Dallas will start from their own 9. It'll be Don Meredith at quarterback, Don Perkins and Amos Marsh, the 2 running backs, and 60s football fullbacks were the big workhorses. Billy Houghton and Frank Clark, the receivers. Lee Fulkins, the tight end. So the Cowboys have a decent amount of catches for an offense in 1963. So from their own 9, Perkins with the carry, Cleveland in the zone. Perkins doesn't get much. Paul Wiggin with the play after a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 for Dallas. They are in the white jerseys with the blue sleeves and the star on the shoulder pad. Amos Marsh with the carry. Browns play tight. Fitchner blitzes, and Marsh hits the hole and gets 13. Galen Fisk with the tackle. A good block by Don Perkins. And the Cowboys get a fresh set on their own 23. Opening drive of the game. Cowboys with the wind kind of behind them. Medium short to Marsh on 1st down. Meredith looks around, finds Marsh at the 27 of Dallas, and gets 11 yards before Vince Costello can knock him out of bounds. So a good start for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 from the Dallas 34, opening drive of the game. Perkins the fullback. Cleveland playing for the run. They expect Perkins to get it, and Vince Costello knocks him down after a loss of 1. So Cleveland keyed him, and that's what happens. So 2nd and 11 for Meredith and company on their own 33. Amos Marsh comes out. Amos Bullocks comes in. Cleveland playing on Clark. Give to Bullocks, and Bullocks gets a gain of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 from the Dallas 34. The offensive line for the Cowboys, it'll be Mike Connolly at center, Ed Nutting and Bob Fry the tackles, Dale Memelar and Jim Ray Smith the guards. The Cleveland defensive line, the defensive ends Paul Wiggin and Bill Glass, Bob Gain and Frank Parker, the nose tackles. They play a 4-3. Cleveland's linebackers, Vince Costello is the middle linebacker, Galen Fisk on the left, Jim Houston on the right. Jim Schaffner is hurt. Him and Bernie Parrish would be the quarters. Ross Fichtner and Walter Beach are the safeties. So 3rd down and 10. Medium pass to Houghton to call. They double Clark. Meredith looks around, tries to find Houghton, incomplete, and that will force a punt. Sam Baker does both the honors of punting and kicking, and he will stand on his 19-yard line. Jim Shorter will return this. Baker from his 19. The Browns play for the return. No rush. Good punt. Taken about Shorter the 25. Has room, but is hemmed in at the 40 for a 15-yard gain. So a 41-yard punt, 26-yard net. And the Browns start on their own 40. They're going left to right there in the brown jerseys with the orange helmets. Jim Brown's rating, by the way, is 22. I believe 27 is the best. So this team can run and run and run. Ernie Green joins him as the halfback, and he can run in his own right too. Gary Collins and Rich Kreitling are the wide receivers. Johnny Brewer is the tight end. Brown, not bad out of the backfield either, has 3 catches to his credit there when the time comes. Gary Collins will punt, and Lou the Toe Groza is the kicker. You're here to watch Jim Brown, and that's who's going to get the ball on 1st and 10. They key Brown, and Jim gets a couple yards, 2nd down and 8. George Andre with a tackle. Oops. Again, they blitz, give us to Brown. That's at the wrong button, and Brown gets a gain of 4, so it's 3rd down and 4 from the Cleveland 46. The Cleveland offensive line, John Morrow is the center. Dick Shafrath and John Brown are the tackles. John Wooten and Gene Hickerson are the guards. The Dallas defense, it'll be George Andre and Bob Lilly on the ends. Guy Reese and John Myers are your tackles. The linebackers, Leroy Jordan in the middle, Jerry Tubbs and Chuck Howley on the outside. The corners and safeties, Don Bishop and Cornell Green the corners, Mike Gator and Warren Livingston the safeties. So 3rd down and 4. Kreitling on a medium pass. That's the call for Cleveland. Cowboys jam the line on the blitz. Kreitling has it at the Cowboy 38. He breaks free for 24 yards before Gator can bring him down at the Dallas 30. And what a play for Cleveland to convert on 3rd and long. So 1st and 10 for the Browns. They're already in range for Lou Groza. Ernie Green, the halfback. Cowboys playing for the run. Green gets it instead of Brown, and he gets a gain of 2 before being slammed down. 2nd down and 8. Almost halfway through this opening quarter. Blanton Collier prowling the sidelines for the Browns. And, of course, it's Tom Landry for the Cowboys. Standard defense for Dallas. They double Kreitling. Brown gets some room, gets through, and gets about 8. It's going to be worth a measurement. And do they get it? Nope. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. But Brown with a gain of 8 there on 2nd and 9. Kreitling out. Blocking tight end with Brewer. But it's going to be Frank Ryan going to call his own number. The Keon Brown. Ryan rolls right, scrambles, gets 3, and that's all they needed. They needed about half a yard, and they got 3. So 6:50 to go in the first quarter. No score here between the Browns and the Cowboys as we pay tribute to Jim Brown. As a kid, I thought they named the team after Jim Brown. I think Paul Brown would not be real happy with me saying that. We're going to go a medium pass to Jim Brown. Cleveland in the red zone on the Dallas 18. Dallas blitzes. Kitchen sink blitz. Brown has it at the 9, and he's going to waltz right in for the score. So Jim Brown, touchdown, 18 yards from Ryan to Brown. And the 78,000 and change here at Municipal Stadium here in Cleveland are on their collective feet. 7 plays, 60 yards on that first drive, and it worked. Now here's Groza to tack on the extra point, but there's a flag down. False start on Cleveland, so Groza will be backed up to the 7 for a 14-yard kick. Still has a 93% chance of making this, or 88%. Groza boots it through straight ahead, and that'll do it. So the extra point is tacked on. 6:43 to go in the first quarter. Ryan to Brown for a touchdown. It's Cleveland 7, Dallas nothing. So Steiger and Marsh back to take the kick from Groza. Second possession for the Cowboys. Groza, that's a touchback. No, Steiger at the goal line, finds a wall, gets there, and he's got some room. To the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and he's brought down from behind at the Brown 46. A 54-yard return, and the Cowboys are sitting pretty. So it's a short field for Dallas. They're going to try a medium long to Frank Clark. Can they take advantage? They're looking for the short pass. Meredith flushed. Paul Wiggin rips him down for an 8-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 18. The Cleveland defense sniffed that one out all the way. They jammed the line, and Meredith couldn't do much with it. Don Perkins with a draw. 2 deep zone for Cleveland. Perkins going to get a good room here to run. Roch Fishner brings him down after a gain of 18. So on 2nd and 18, the Cowboys convert. So 1st and 10 for Dallas on the Cleveland 36. So a good call there by Meredith and Tom Landry on the sideline. Going to try again on a medium long pass to Frank Clark. See if they can catch Cleveland on their heels. Fitz on a blitz. Meredith has time. He finds Clark at the 19. He gets around 1, but Bernie Parrish knocks him out to 4, but flag down. Personal foul on Cleveland. So Meredith got just chucked onto the dirt. And although it's 2 yards, Dallas knocking on the door. 1st and goal on the Cleveland 2. Oh, Meredith doesn't get up. And so Landry's out there to see. And it will be Eddie LeBaron. So LeBaron, an original Dallas Cowboy, as Meredith goes to the sideline. 2 tight end set. Fulkins and Pettis Norman. Bullocks from the 2. Cleveland playing the run. They'll watch for Perkins. Bullocks goes ahead for 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. We'll see if they even get Don Meredith back. Eddie LeBaron, not a bad quarterback. Not as good as Don Meredith, but not bad. Cleveland, by the way, came into this game a 12-point favorite. They play for Perkins. Perkins is going to get the ball and power straight ahead and in between the uprights for a touchdown. So Dallas takes advantage of that great kickoff return. Don Perkins has 19 yards on 4 carries. And with 3:59 to go in the first quarter, Sam Baker is out to take the extra point. Baker on its way. That's good. And with, again, 5 plays, 46 yards, 2:44 off the clock. Both teams with solid drives. First quarter, 7-7 to score. So Charlie Scales and Jim Shorter back to return this kick for Cleveland. Baker, there's a flag down, and I believe Dallas is offside. Yep. So that backs them up to their own 35. Scales and Shorter kind of licking their chops now for a decent return. Baker booms this one in for a touchback. So this time around, the Browns will start from their own 20. Ryan hands off to Ernie Green. Cowboys playing a deep zone. Green hitting the backfield. Hit again. This time he's got some room. Tubbs brings him down after a gain of 13. So Dallas playing for the pass, and the Browns gave him a run. Spotted at the Brown 33. Pine on the clock, 3:14. Now they'll give it to Brown. Dallas playing for Green. Brown won't get much. Chuck Howley knocks him down after a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. They're going to go medium long to Gary Collins here. Soft man-to-man. They watch for Green. Collins has it at the 46, and Bishop gets him at the 49. So the ball just short of midfield. They're still on the Cleveland half of the field. But the Browns get it. 1:41, clock running. Ken Webb in the ball game. Dallas neutral set. They watch for Brown on the pass. Give to Webb, and Webb gets 7. 2nd down and 3. Spotted at the Cowboy 44. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Remember, Brown is the fullback. He's going to get the ball here. Cowboys show blitz. Everyone's coming. Give to Big Brown. Chuck Howley makes a tackle, but not before Brown gets the first down. And with 4 seconds to go, Ryan's going to try to get a screen off to Ken Webb. Dallas playing for the run. Webb on the screen has it at the 42. Jerry Tubbs nails him for a loss of 1. Now Ryan gets nailed, but he gets up, and he'll have the quarter change to knock out the cobwebs. 15 minutes gone here in Cleveland. It's the Browns 7, the Cowboys 7. So Don Meredith, we'll see how long he's out for. 2 for 3 for 43 yards. Don Perkins, if you joined us late or just flipping through, let's do the scoring summary first. Jim Brown, an 18-yard pass from Frank Ryan to make it 7-0 Cleveland with 6:43 to go. Then a good kickoff return by Dallas ends up setting up a 1-yard nesty plunge from Don Perkins, who has 4 carries for 19 yards. Frank Ryan, 4 for 4 for 58. Jim Brown, 5 carries in the first quarter for 15 yards. Green, 2 carries for 15. Net yards, 98 for Cleveland, 69 for Dallas. Del Schaffner, the only injury for Cleveland, by the way. As we start the second quarter. 2nd and 11 from the Dallas 42. Groza, remember, with the post on the goal line, not the end line, does have the range to get it here from 49 yards. It'll be Jim Brown on 2nd and long. Dallas with the pass key on Jim. It's a run. Brown up the middle, and Leroy Jordan hits him at the 30, but Brown is able to get 12 yards out of it, and a first down for Cleveland. And so now Brown is 27 yards on the afternoon. Ernie Green back in the game. And he'll get a medium pass attempt. Dallas doubles Brewer. Ryan back to throw. He's being pressured. Going to shift around. He's going to run. Ryan's got room, but Jerry Overton knocks him down at the 18. Ryan can run. And you just saw it right there. He knew that he had to scramble. He tucked tail and gets hit at the Dallas 18. They're now on the baseball infield. 1st and 10, Browns, 8 plays, 62 yards, 5.5 off the clock here. Looking for the short pass. Give to Jim Brown. Gets 3, 2nd and 7. Right between the hashes, spot the ball at the Dallas 15. And try a medium pass to Ernie Green on 2nd and 7. Dallas. 1 key on Brown. Green, the intended receiver. No, sir, that's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. So Groza pretty much an automatic from here. Johnny Brewer on a medium pass. 3rd down and 7. A double Collins. Ryan throws to Brewer at the 7. He's got it. He's brought down for a gain of 8. And so Cleveland has it 1st and goal to go at the Dallas 7. So 11 plays, 73 yards for Cleveland as they are marching it right down the field. In fact, they have taken 7:18 off the clock on this drive. Ernie Green on 1st and 10. They watch for Brown. Give us to Green. Green hit by Harold Hayes for a 1-yard loss. So 2nd and goal from the 8. Cleveland, a long, long drive, but it's been effective. Jim Brown on the draw. Cowboys tight coverage. They double Collins, and somebody moved. Oh, delay a game. Blanton Collier, rather, not happy on the sideline. He got the play in to Frank Ryan, and Ryan just could not get it called in time. So 2nd and goal. Cleveland backed up now on their own 13-yard line. Clock stopped, 10:51 to go, first half. Cowboys run key on Brown, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Jim gets to the 8. That's a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and 8 for Cleveland. So just kind of pound and pound and pound. Ray Renfro in for Kreitling. It'll be Renfro on a medium short pass. Cowboys blitz, throw to Renfro, has it at the 4, and he's knocked out of bounds by Chuck Howley, and so Groza will come out to kick. So 14 plays, 76 yards, and 9 minutes off the clock. Groza, an 11-yard kick on its way and right down Broadway. So Groza converts. 9:55 to go in the first half. It's the Browns 10, the Cowboys 7. So Steiger and Marsh for Groza. No sign yet of a return for Don Meredith. Eddie LeBaron keeping loose on the sideline. 59 degrees, windy day here in Cleveland. On the lake. Steiger at his own 12 has some room, but brought down at the 36, and Meredith comes out. And that's the better option. So Meredith got his bell rung, some smelling salts, maybe a trip to the bathroom. Gary Barnes out there with Billy Houghton. Medium along to Houghton, the call. Brown's expecting a pass. Folkens is doubled. Houghton tipped away by Bobby Franklin. So 2nd and 10. Meredith looks to the sideline, says he's fine. I did that one again. Cleveland blitzes. Meredith again downfield, nothing doing. So it's now 3rd and 10. Bullocks on a screen. Cleveland in the zone. Bullocks has it at the 34. Has room 40, 45, 48-yard line. A gain of 16 by Bullocks. So they're on the Cleveland half of the field. 8.5 to go here in the second quarter. Browns 10, Cowboys 7. Meredith will give it to Perkins. Cleveland doubling Barnes. Perkins finds a gap, but Jim Houston closes it rather quickly, and Perkins is nailed after a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Cowboys want to rest their defense for a while. Again, a cool day here. Amos Marsh comes back in. He'll get the ball. Cleveland doubles Barnes. Marsh won't get much. Galen Fiss after a yard, and it's 3rd and 8. Medium pass to Folkens, the tight end, the call. Safety blitz for Cleveland. Meredith throws to Folkens, and that is intercepted by Vince Costello at the 35, and he runs it right to midfield. He steps out of bounds at his own 49. 1st and 10. That turnover is big. So with 6:53 to go, Cleveland has it at midfield. The bomb to Collins to call. Dallas in his zone. Ryan won't find anybody doing that. And he overthrows Collins by a mile. So 2nd and 10 for the Browns. Brown will get it. All-out blitz from Dallas. Gives to Brown. And Jim got a nice block there and gets 6. So it's 3rd down and 4 for Cleveland on the Dallas 45. And Groza says, I can make one from here. Ernie Green gets the call. Cowboys in the zone. Green will get 7 in the first down. Mike Gaither with the tackle. So 1st and 10 from the Dallas 38. Medium pass to Jim Brown. Dallas playing for the run. Brown has it at the 23. Jerry Tubbs holds him to 15. And again, the crowd up and cheering. 4:20 to go. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. 4 plays, 28 yards. Spotted at the Dallas 23. Dallas looking for an inside run. It is Brown indeed, and he gets to the 18. He goes outside. 2nd down and 5. So Cleveland having their way with this defense as we thought. Now, the key is they got to get it on the scoreboard. Medium short to Green is the call. Tubbs on the blitz for Dallas. Ryan looks around. And going for Collins deep, Cornell Green got a hand on it. 3rd down and 5. They'll go with the same call. And Green is nailed and can't hold on. Not a good throw anyway. And Groza again for the kick. So the Cowboys defense is a bendy straw. It bent. But in the last 2 possessions, it did not break. So Groza from 25, it is up, it is good. And so Groza nails it. Such an advantage for Cleveland, too, to have such a good straight-ahead kicker. 3:18 to go in the first half. It's the Browns 13, the Cowboys 7. So Bullocks and Marsh back to return for Dallas. Groza to the 8, Bullocks, and he gets to the 29 before he has run out of bounds, and Meredith and company will take over from there. 3:08 to go. Marsh on a 1st and 10. Cleveland plays for the run. Marsh brought down by Costello at the 33, a gain of 4. No one in any hurry. Everybody has all 3 timeouts. 2nd and 6. Houghton on a medium pass. Cleveland soft man-to-man, the double Barnes. Meredith is flush. He's going to run, and Houston stops that for a gain of 6. And Dallas will just take it to the 2-minute warning. Meredith not as mobile as Frank Ryan. But does a good job. So Dallas with 2 minutes to go on their own 39. They trail the Browns 13-7. Fulkins on a medium pass. Cleveland doubles him. Meredith rolls away. Pocket collapses. Meredith thrown for Houghton, and Meredith is in there. Oh! Off the hands of Walter Beach. Almost intercepted. 2nd down and 10. Screen pass to Marsh. Cleveland blitzes. Here comes Costello. Marsh has it. Got some room over the 40, 45, 50. Down to the 41-yard line. A gain of 21 before Ross Fichtner can make the tackle. And Dallas will call their first timeout. So 1:42 to go. Baker says, I need more yardage than that. Dallas goes hurry up. Medium pass to Fulkins, the call. Cleveland jams everybody. They blitz. Meredith has to run around the blitz. He looks for Houghton, and that's picked off by Larry Benz at the 25, and he steps out at the 35. So Meredith has been picked off twice, and the Browns, with 91 seconds to go, are in good shape. So 1st and 10 for Cleveland on their own 35. Draw play to Brown. Dallas in his zone. Ryan hands it off to Jim, and he gets about 4. And Cleveland really now in no hurry. Ken Webb will come in and just take the dummy play. They'll slow it down. Webb on an inside run. They'll take the 3. Will Dallas call time? Nope. We've played 30 minutes here at Cleveland Municipal Stadium as we pay tribute to Jim Brown. He's done it in the air, he's done it on the ground, and the Browns lead 13-7. So scoring in the second quarter, Groza with 2 field goals, one from 11 yards, gotta love 60s football, and then one from 25. So Brown, 11 carries in the first half for 50 yards. He probably won't get his 232 that he got on Dallas, but still a very good game nonetheless. He also has 2 catches for 33 in the score. So all-purpose yards for Jim Brown. He already had 83 in the first half. Ryan, 7 of 11 for 85. Meredith, after a good first quarter, got his bell rung and then threw 2 interceptions in the second. So first downs 11-8 in favor of Cleveland. They've outthrown Dallas 85-71. They've outran Dallas 96-46 in net yards, 181-117. Time of possession heavily in favor of Cleveland, 1853-1107. Cowboys have turned it over twice. The 2 interceptions. Wiggin, the top defender for Cleveland, 2 tackles, an assist, and a sack. Dallas has not forced a turnover. Tubbs has 5 tackles and an assist. Leroy Jordan, 4 tackles and an assist. So I think it's fair to say as we go into the second half that a lot like a lot of your dads, my dad's favorite player was Jim Brown. He grew up in Western New York. We've talked about that before. And was right there from the start of the Buffalo Bills. But this was, of course, the era of Jim Brown, and all of his games were shown on television in Western New York because they were more than 75 yards from Cleveland. So not only the road games, but the home games as well. And Brown really was all that in a bag of chips. In fact, considered by many to be, if not the best player of all time, certainly within the top 5. So Brown was, in the early 60s, must-see TV, and he's had a good half. Hopefully we can get him to 100 yards in the game. Certainly we'll do that yardage-wise overall, but a very 60s game, and Frank Ryan's a pretty good quarterback too. So for all the times that your dad or you yourself said that Brown was the greatest, well, here we are. And he's had a good first half to do it. So 13-7, let's get to the second half. Cleveland will receive. And Dallas will take the win in the fourth quarter. Ernie Green and Jim Shorter back to return for Cleveland. Dallas only ran 22 plays from scrimmage in the first half. Green into 7, has some room, brought down at the 26. Cleveland ran 30 plays. And it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 26. Medium pass to Brewer, the call. Dallas watching for the run. Ryan smiles, throws to Brewer, and Leroy Jordan just got a hand on that. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26. Brown on a run. Dallas in his zone. Gives it to Jim. Oh, he's got room. He's in the secondary. Warren Livingston brings him down after a gain of 16. 1st and 10 from their own 42, and Brown now has 66 yards. He averaged over 100 a game in his career. That was a heck of a run by Jim. And the crowd loving that. Give to Green on 1st and 10. Dallas playing for the run. Give to Green instead, and Ernie battles his way forward for 2. So 2nd and 8 for Cleveland on their own 44. The Browns just ran long drive after long drive. They're pretty much a touchdown away from salting this one down. Dallas playing the run. Keon Brown. Brown smothered by Harold Hayes for a loss of a couple. So 3rd and 10 for the Browns at their own 42. Brewer on a medium pass, deep zone for Dallas. That won't go anywhere. Mike Gaither got a hand on it. And Gary Collins will go back to punt on 4th and 10. Jerry Overton will return it. Collins trying to play for it. Dallas looking for the return, and that will roll in the end zone for a 58-yard punt. 38-yard net. Don Meredith with 12:04 to go in the third quarter coming out. Medium pass to Gary Barnes on his own 20. Cleveland doubles Falcons. Meredith going to have Barnes open at the 28, but he's brought down almost immediately for an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2. Frank Clark back in. Don Perkins, the fullback, will get the carry. And he's got a nice run there as he gets 4 and a first down for Dallas. Spotted at their own 32, 1st and 10. First possession of the second half for the Cowboys. Bullock's in for Marsh. And this Amos, as Cleveland plays for the pass, gets the ball, gets 4 before Bill Glass can shatter him at the 36 of the Cowboys. 2nd down and 6. 9:52 clock running, third quarter. Browns 13, Cowboys 7. Houghton on a medium pass. Cleveland jamming, fists on the blitz. Houghton, and that's intercepted by Larry Benz. So a 3rd interception on the day for Meredith, and for Benz a gain of 6 in his 2nd pick. So Cleveland gifted 1st and 10 inside Cowboy territory at the 47. Ernie Green on a medium pass. Zone defense for Dallas, incomplete. No, he trapped it. So 2nd and 10 from the Dallas 47. Brown on a run. Dallas soft man-to-man. And Brown up the middle. Howley brings him down after a gain of 7. So 3rd down and 3. Medium long to Gary Collins, who's doubled. Ryan sets up that way. He's looking around. Goes out to Kreitling. Has it at the 25. Cornell Green was there, but it's a gain of 15 nonetheless. And it's 1st and 10 for Cleveland on the Cowboy 25. A very Vermont 8:02 to go. Medium short to Green. Dallas bump and run for the pass. Ryan tries for Green. Nothing doing. Leroy Jordan with good coverage. 2nd and 10. Draw play to Brown is the call. Dallas in a deep zone. Ryan gives it to Brown. Brown through a hole, gets 5. Jimmy Ridlin with a tackle to only hold it to 5, but Brown, every time he touches it, he's dangerous. 3rd down and 5. Brown on a medium pass. That's the call. Dallas man-to-man. They key Green. Ryan has to scramble. He shifts around, tries for Gary Collins, and that's incomplete. So again, they'll look to Lou Groza. Cleveland can't really get it in the end zone. Groza from 27 yards is pretty short from here. 2 for 2 today. A good snap. It bounces off the upright and no good. What was the dice roll on that? Needed to be 1 to 88 and 92. So that bounces in the end zone, and Dallas will actually take over from the line of scrimmage. So they can't take advantage of the turnover. The lead is still 6. Meredith under center. Gives it to Don Perkins. Cleveland doubled up on Clark. Perkins gets a good effort. Glass with a tackle after a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Medium pass to Houghton, the call. The key for Perkins to run. Meredith has to scramble. Flares one out to Perkins, and Meredith got him. Costello knocks down Perkins after a gain of 4. 3rd down and 2. Amos Bullocks will get the ball. Cleveland jamming the line. Give to the Bullocks. They get 7 and the first down. Bobby Franklin got him as soon as Bullocks hit that second level. Cleveland played for the pass, and Dallas gave him the run. So 1st and 10, 4.5 to go. Clock running, 3rd quarter. Ball on the Cowboy 35-yard line. Give us to Perkins here. Cleveland keying Perkins on the run. And oh, that's a big read because he'd have gotten the first down. Parker in the backfield in a hurry and rips him down for a loss of 3. So 2nd and 13 for the Cowboys on their own 32. Screen to Don Perkins. Cleveland bumping and running. Meredith is flushed, and Bill Glass knocks him down for a loss of 8. 3rd down and 21 for Dallas. Cleveland's defense saving the day. Medium long for Frank Clark to call. Deep zone. Meredith wants it. They want a flag. They might get it here. Pass interference against Cleveland. Clark wanted the call. He got it. And so Cleveland dug themselves. They thought they had a punt coming. No. So 1st and 10 after the penalty. Now on their own 43. Clock stopped, 2:51 to go. Marsh back in the game for Bullocks. Perkins 1st and 10. And Cleveland expects the run by Perkins. Dawn hit by Jim Houston after a gain of 2. 2:05 to go in the 3rd. 2nd down and 8. Marsh's turn. Cleveland soft man-to-man. The double Clark. Marsh gets 7. Tom Gooseby with a tackle, an important 3rd and 1. Ball over midfield at the Brown 48. 1:20 to go here in the 3rd. Perkins is going to carry it. Cleveland doubles Clark. Give to Perkins, and Don is going to get the first down and more. A gain of 5 before Bob Gain could bring him down. 35 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Remember, Cleveland has only gotten it in the end zone once. Dallas only trails by 6. Medium pass to Houghton on 1st down. Browns expecting a pass. Meredith flushed around again. Looks around. Finds Clark. Underthrown. And it's 2nd and 10. The wind kind of held that one up a bit. They have harassed Meredith a good deal. Don has thrown 3 interceptions and sacked once. But the Cowboy defense, and trust me, no one's comparing this to Doomsday, has done an okay job containing the Browns. Marsh on 2nd and 10. Costello on the blitz. Give us to Marsh. And Tidmore makes the tackle after a gain of 1. So 3rd down and 9 for Dallas on the Cleveland 42. 10 plays, 38 yards. As we start the 4th quarter, no scoring in the 3rd. Meredith 6 of 14 for 91 and 3 picks. Perkins 10 carries, 32 and a touchdown. Frank Ryan 8 for 17 for 100 yards. Jim Brown 76 yards on the ground, 33 in the air, so 109 total yards. 15 carries for Jim for 76. The net yards 224 to 152 in favor of Cleveland. First downs 13-12 in favor of Cleveland. Jim Brown, the leading rusher, was 76. Remember, he scored the lone touchdown for the Browns in the 1st quarter. So 3rd down and 9. Clark on a medium pass. Cleveland jams right there. They're going to blitz. Dallas to throw for Clark. Walter Beach, and I believe Beach made contact. Yes, he did. Interference. Maybe that's on Cleveland or Dallas. Nope, it's on Cleveland at the 27. That's the second pass interference call on this drive. So 1st and 10 on the Cleveland 27. Fulkins on a medium pass, zone for Cleveland. Fulkins has it at the 19, Shorter with a catch. It's a gain of 8, no penalty. 2nd down and 2. Perkins will get the ball. That's what Cleveland expects, and Perkins is cut down by Bill Glass. They're going to measure. No, just short. 3rd down and 1. And everybody here, 74,000 plus here in Cleveland, rises 1. Bullocks. The key on Perkins. Give to Bullocks. Gets 1 and got the 1st down. So Dallas converts. 1st and 10 on the Brown 17. 12.5 to go in the ball game. Houghton, medium pass. Cleveland looking for the run. Houghton has it at the 6, and he's going to waltz in for the score. That was pretty easy. Meredith to Houghton, Billy's first catch of the day, ties the ball game at 13. Sam Baker puts up the extra point, and with 12:25 to go, it's Christmas time in Dallas. They lead the Browns 14-13. So Green and Shorter back for the return. Green at his 4. Trying to find room. Gets to the 25. 1st and 10 there. So Blanton Collier doesn't want to lose to a 4 and 10 team. Brewer 1st and 10. Dallas pass key on Brown. Brewer broken up by Tubbs, 2nd and 10. Dallas man-to-man, they blitz. Here comes Howley, give to Brown. Jim runs straight ahead, gets 4. 3rd down and 6 from the Cleveland 29. Hutchinson in the ball game. As the receiver, Tom will get the medium pass. Dallas man-to-man, the double Brewer. Ryan is under pressure. He's going to run, and he gets a couple of yards. Jerry Overton holds him to 2. And the Dallas defense is stiffened up. So Gary Collins back to punt on his own 31. He'll stand on his own 16. Collins in the air. Beautiful punt. Overton calls for a fair catch at the Dallas 30. 39 yards, no return. So the Cleveland defense needs another stop. 10:16 to go. 14-13 Cowboys. Bullocks on the ground. They wanted Perkins. They got Bullocks instead, and Amos gets 3. 2nd down and 7. 9.5 to go. Perkins. Cleveland watches him for the run, and Perkins, despite that, they couldn't get the good blocking by the Dallas line, and Perkins gets a gain of 5. 3rd down and 2. Fulkins on a medium pass. Cleveland jamming the line. Meredith for Lee. No, sir. Fichtner deflected it, and it's 3 and out for Dallas. Baker out to punt. 8:40 to go. Baker has all day. High end over end. Green at his 15. Gets to the outside and is tackled at the 19. 47-yard punt. Gross 43-yard net. 8:33 to go. Cleveland starting this drive from their own 19. Brown. Dallas in a blitz. Give this to Brown, and Sperth opens a hole. Brown gets through to the secondary for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Ernie Green this time. Dallas keys Brown for the run. Green gets into the backfield. How about that in the secondary? Another beautiful block. And he gets 11. So 1st and 10 for the Browns on their own 37. 6:54 to go. Collins on a medium pass. Dallas blitzes. Ryan rolls away. Finds Gary Collins in Cowboy territory. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's hauled down by Gaither at the Dallas 14, and that's a gain of 49. Cleveland can beat you in so many ways. They blitzed, and Ryan just took well advantage of it. 1st and 10 from the 14. 6:01 to go. Brown with a run key on him. Won't get anything. John Myers sniffed that one out. 2nd and 11. Ernie Green, Dallas in his zone. Give us to Green, who gets 5, and it's 3rd down and 6. Cleveland in no hurry. Brown on a medium pass from the 10. Ryan has to run around. Bob Lilly brings him down. 3:44 left. That's the first time they have sacked Frank Ryan on the afternoon. And once again, they got to bring out Groza. This one will be from 26 yards. Ball spotted at the 19. Groza, 2 for 3 today. This is to give them the lead, and it's good. 6 plays, 62 yards, 4:49 off the clock. Back and forth they go. A dandy here in Cleveland on the Jim Brown tribute game. It's the Browns 16, the Cowboys 14. Steiger and Marsh back to return. Marsh at the 3, gets around 1, but brought down at the 28-yard line. So Sam Baker says, I need about 40 yards. Meredith shakes his head as he comes out on the field. Fulkins on a medium pass. They double Clark. Wiggin pressures Meredith. Don's going to try and run. He gets 1 yard. .244 to go. 2nd and 9. Cowboy 29. Clark on a medium pass. Full blitz for Cleveland. Clark has it at the 46. Costello brings him down, but it's still a 15-yard gain. And Dallas will actually get a playoff here with 2 minutes to go. 1st and 10, 44. Perkins on a draw play. Give Meredith to Perkins. Oh, that worked. Up the middle in the secondary. And he's brought down after a gain of 10. First down. 2-minute warning for Dallas. 1:54. Baker needs probably about 16 more yards. Screen play to Perkins. They double Clark. Perkins has it at the 48. Gets 3. 2nd down and 7. And Dallas has to call their first timeout. 1:45 to go. Medium short to Houghton the call. Cleveland kitchen sink blitz. Meredith flushed. And he's brought down at the 47. Frank Parker. And Dallas will have to call time. 1:15 to go. 3rd down and 11. And it's 2 down territory now. Wide receiver screen to Houghton the call. Browns blitz. Meredith flushed. Looks around. Tries to find Perkins. No. Costello with good defense, and now they gotta go. 1:27 to go. 16-14. Clark on a medium pass. Brown's in the zone. Meredith looking. No, sir. Mike Lucci knocks it away, and the Browns are going to win. Maybe. The key for Brown, and Jim gets 7. He won't get his 100 yards, but they're going to get the win. Dallas calls time with 1:09 to go. They run key on Brown. Jim towards the sidelines and gets 6. Chuck Howley with a stop. Dallas can't stop it. Again to Brown. Pass key number key. Brown, 7 more, and that's the ball game. So in the end, it was 100 yards for Brown. How about that? 21 carries, 106 yards. And of course, your digital dice MVP. It's not Larry Benz, although 2 tackles and 2 picks will do that. Jim Brown. He had 33 yards in the air, 106 on the ground, and the eternal gratitude of an entire generation of football fans. And what was surprisingly a close ball game, because Cleveland just couldn't punch it in. But in the end, they got it on a Lou Groza field goal. So Brown gets a touchdown in the air. Frank Ryan, 9-19 for 149. But Cleveland ran it for 172, with Brown getting over 100 yards in this tribute game. And so the final score, Cleveland Browns for life. It's the Browns 16, the Cowboys 14. Thank you so much for watching. Godspeed, Mr. Brown. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.